WNEMTV5 starts right now with breaking news.
And that breaking news in just the past hour, a 16-year-old Montrose teen has been charged in the deadly February car crash that killed Flint Police Captain Colin Burney. Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton is asking the teen be tried as an adult. He is charged with manslaughter and reckless driving causing death. TV5 first reported this incident in February. Documents show the teen was driving on North Elms Road near Mount Morris Road in Mount Morris Township when he tried passing several cars at a high speed. The teen lost control, swerved into the patrol car that Captain Burney was driving. The two felonies carry a maximum sentence of 15 years in prison, but stay with TV5 on air and online as we learn more information. All right, let's head outside. We've been tracking some isolated thunderstorms this morning into this afternoon. There are some power outages in Aranac and Ogama County that you can see right there. We have at least several thousand people currently without power. We want to thank you, though, for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Blake Keller. Joining us now, we're in the First Warn 5 Weather Center. Meteorologist Matthew Mondro. You know, I was up in Sterling just a few hours ago, and I cannot tell you how dark, how much it rained, and thunder and lightning that we saw.
Right, exactly. There was a lot of storm activity up in that area. And also to note on the power outages, some more power outages have come in Isabella County, just north of Mount Pleasant, near the Rosebush area too. But we're still tracking some of this activity, at least no more severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment. But your First Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler live from MBS still picking up on the stronger thunderstorm that is near the Mount Pleasant area. Also want to point out the one in western Isabella County as well. So this is actually also heading over into Mecosta County near the Remus area. That storm has a lot of lightning with it too. So this is just to the east of Canadian Lakes. I've seen some rainfall with this too. I'll go ahead and shut off the lightning on that, but you can see just how heavy some of the rain is that is coming out of these thunderstorms. We'll go over to your hail tracker. There still is that potential for a little bit of small hail just north of Mount Pleasant. So that is right north of M20 or Pickard Road, and then heading over towards that Remus area where M66 and M20 intersect. Looks like there could be a little bit of small hail associated with that thunderstorm too. So on top of this, because that thunderstorm basically came to a halt and it's still raining in the same location, the National Weather Service has issued a flood advisory until 2:15 p.m. today. So we are still expecting some more torrential rain out of that. But you'll see on this time lapse how these storms formed up in our northern counties, went right through Aranac County, and are now heading through Isabella County at the moment. Blake, we'll check in more with these storms coming up in just a bit.
All right, very good, Matthew. Thank you. Well, Ukraine's government says Russian forces have been suffering setbacks around the city of Kharkiv. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says fighters are pushing Russian troops further away from the country's second largest city. But Russia has made some gains elsewhere in the east. Charlie D'Agata reports from Ukraine.
When Nadia and her husband found out where the airstrike came down in the eastern town of Bakhmut, they rushed to this neighborhood as fast as they could and soon discovered the bodies of their relatives. They were kind, very good people, she said. The Ukrainian military has little defense against Russia's overwhelming firepower, where the fight has become a bloody battle of trench warfare. Drone footage alleges to show a Russian tank destroyed near Kharkiv. Ukrainian soldiers who drove out Russians northeast of the city found rows of shot-up cars, scattered clothes, a baby seat, a stroller, apparent evidence of civilians killed even as they tried to flee. And yet the Russian offensive in Donbass has been relentless, flattening small towns in the march toward the strategic cities of Kramatorsk and Sloviansk, where we found heavily fortified cities protected by well-armed troops, endless bunkers, concrete blocks, and anti-tank defenses ringing the outskirts. And it doesn't stop there. This fighting position is right in the center of the city. If Russian ground forces were to advance, they would face a whole network of these dug-in trenches. And they are everywhere. Soldiers say the Russian invaders would face guerrilla warfare at every turn. Volodymyr Kutnenko is a medic who's been battling Russian separatists since 2014. Have you treated any Russian soldiers?
Yes,
Yeah, of course.
of course.
We provide them with the full range of medical support, he said. We exchange them for our prisoners of war, but our prisoners of war are returned in a terrible medical condition. And as the brutal battle nears, soldiers here say they know the most difficult days lie ahead. Charlie Daggett, CBS News. Sloviansk, eastern Ukraine.
Well, meantime, Congressman Dan Kildee is one lawmaker who voted for the bipartisan aid. The package also includes legislation to punish Russian oligarchs by taking property. Funds made from those assets will help the people of Ukraine. Kildee says, quote, "The people of Ukraine are bravely defending democracy and their country against Vladimir Putin's unprovoked invasion. As Putin desperately accelerates his brutality in Ukraine, the Ukrainian people deserve our unwavering support." Well, today the Senate will be voting on the Women's Health Protection Act, which preserves access to abortion nationwide. A leaked opinion shows Roe v. Wade could be overturned as soon as next month. The bill is expected to fail during widespread Republican opposition, but holding the vote will give Democrats a chance to at least spotlight the issue. In more local news, the application for a small business grant program in Bay County is now open. That grant comes from the American Rescue Plan. Grants will be awarded to businesses that are woman-owned, minority-owned, or veteran-owned and should have 2 to 50 total employees. Businesses must have a physical location and demonstrate a negative effect from the pandemic. The application will be open until May 31st. Eligible businesses can apply for up to $20,000. All right, what started out as just a brick wall has become a canvas for one Flint artist. The mural is being painted on the side of a Saginaw County Health Department building. The project is funded by a grant from the Saginaw Community Foundation. The mural is inspired by locals working to manage substance use.
We're so excited to have this mural here to represent thoughts and emotions and evoctions really inspired by folks who have been through recovery of substance use and what it means to them to be on a path of recovery.
Well, it looks good from here. The artist, Kevin Burdick, studied art at Mott Community College and the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. His work is on display all across the U.S. And we have a heads up if you're driving around Bay City. Road crews will be closing the intersection of 11th Street and Adams to make repairs to a manhole there. The city is asking drivers to find an alternate route. And they're also working in Flint Township, replacing a guardrail. It's today and tomorrow. And there will be flaggers controlling traffic on Elms Road. The Genesee County Road Commission says drivers should allow for a little extra time so you can reach your destination. All right, 11 kayakers rescued on Mother's Day after flipping over. Why firefighters say that situation could have ended badly. Much more ahead. It's TV5 News at noon continues here in just a moment.